Pretty good week for the Wisconsin Badgers as Greg Gard's group opened up Big Ten play with a Wednesday night win against Northwestern. And then on Saturday afternoon, they put it to Marquette, defeating the Golden Eagles 96-76. John Blackwell with his third 30-point game of the season. We'll recap the week that was for Wisconsin basketball. We'll check in with one of the newcomers, specifically Nick Boyd. Our sit down with head coach Greg Gard, and also Jon Arias checks in with Badgers senior middle blocker Carter Booth as the volleyball team moves on to the Sweet 16. All coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report. Shot clock is at 10. Winter flips to Blackwell's quick spin, works to the baseline, stops, kick out. Winter, right side three. Got it.
Thank you. I just said it was going to come. He was. I told you.
You weren't lying. Sends it over to Blackwell on the left wing. John throwing to Rapp. 5 to shoot. Rappert, Andrew Rohde. Logo three, right side. Money. Right for the Culver's logo. Andrew Rohde for three.
Definitely some cheese curds with that.
Oh, at least. Rohde against Adrian Stevens. Now a double from Barham. Nice bounce. Rapp. Rapp left lane line. Out to Blackwell. Stamps off the three. Right pocket. Book it. 18 in the first half for Blackwell. Boyd left of the lane, hooks it out to Rapp, high on the left. Darts it out to Blackwell, measures it, open three, got it! John Blackwell yet again, give him 30. Here's Carrington outside left, under 2 minutes to play, 90-74 Wisconsin. Blackwell outside right, feeds Bielauskas, deep three, left of the circle, why not? Alexis Bielauskas.
Yeah, that's your job. You have to be consistent with it. And I think these guys do a good job of just finding me in the right places and, and just playing good off me. And we have a very unselfish team. If it's my night and I'm rolling, they try to look for me and find me. If it's not my night, it's someone else's night, I'm trying to look for them and find them. I think it just comes and flows. But I'm blessed to be part of this team, and I'm blessed to, be able to score.
Set the standard. Set the standard. Let's go.
Nice bounce, Rapp. Rapp left lane line. Out to Blackwell. Stamps off the three. Right pocket. Book it.
Scores! Badgers win it in overtime.
Wisconsin Badgers have won the Frozen Four championship.
The Badgers advance to the Sweet 16. Off the backboard for two from Destiny Howell.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group, by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
Age championship.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Blackwell the rebound. John up the right side of the front court. Takes the top of the circle, feeds Rhodey off the left wing. Out to Blackwell, another three straight away. Good again. 4 threes for Blackwell here in this first half. On the left wing off the Garlock screen. Going to Garlock, left of the lane. Backing on Page, finds the cutter. Rapp low on the left, up and in. Rapp from Garlock. Rapp feeds Boyd. Nick outside right. Little crossover in the lane, low on the left, up left hand. Good again. Again, going to his left and doing a little work. The Big Ten season underway. The I-94 rivalry game in the books. Another conference game coming up Wednesday down in Lincoln, Nebraska. But before we get into any of that, let's turn back the clock to the recent road trip, and a long one it was. The Salt Lake City stop against BYU, the 2 games in San Diego, as we bring in Badgers head coach Greg Gard. We talk every year about scheduling, if you can get into the multi-team events, just some different components in putting this all together. How did these games come about?
Yeah, man, I think what we've seen here is a transformation of just how from MTE events, multi-team events, to these 1-game or 2-game events. Obviously the Players era in Las Vegas that got a lot of attention, but we've seen just a shift to these type of events, and the obvious reason is there's a financial package with them that is much greater than what the MTEs are able to offer, and obviously we're in a try to think outside the box of generating revenue sort of world right now for college athletics. So it just, that's how the transformation has taken place, to try to people have organizations, event organizers have saw this need and have found a niche for it, and obviously we're all in the same boat in terms of, you know, financially trying to again find other ways to generate revenue. So it's a changing world. I don't think we're done changing, you know, but it's obviously shifted in terms of what the normalcy has been so far in scheduling.
It seems like a long time ago, and it really wasn't. That part of the attraction of, like, you come to Wisconsin, you're going to play in this tropical location, that tropical location, and those tournaments still exist, but the business component is real.
It's real, yeah, it has, and it's taken on it's made such a push past where the traditional MTEs have been, or even where they are now in terms of the financial component, that it's, you know, if you were running a business, let's be honest, what we're doing here, and to be able to have a successful business, you have to make financially responsible decisions, and obviously the revenue component is a big piece of it. And I think there's a change to the MTEs are starting to try to catch back up a little bit, or get to the current times in terms of how they operate. But you know, like I said, we're in an ever-changing world, and we're trying to keep pace with everyone else.
There is the business element, as you mentioned, but the basketball element too, because after the SIU Edwardsville game, you said you're going to find out a lot, you're going to learn a lot about your team. So to play a BYU, which is a top 10 team, to play a Big East team, and then, you know, obviously TCU is really good. They're one of those teams that gave Michigan a good push, and haven't been a lot of teams been doing that. So I would imagine you were able to get a lot out of those games.
We were, you know, and I think looking back, it was good for us. You know, I didn't think we played particularly well in either game, TCU or BYU, for long enough stretches. Obviously, that's you have to tip your cap also to the opponent. They make you not play well, but there was a lot of things that we have taken from it, and we, as we've said all along before these games, we knew we needed to get better. And now we've had the dust, so to speak, has been brushed away, and we can really see where we have to get better at, and we will. I don't want to be hitting a stride in November and early December. You want to be able to see where you have to improve upon. And you mentioned TCU doesn't get a lot of acclaim, but they have, you know, other than a little hiccup against New Orleans, you know, they beat Florida, who was top 10. They had, you know, probably in rights should have beat Michigan, or had a very good chance to. So, you know, they expose some things on us that we have to improve upon if we want to take another step.
Well, one other thing that hasn't changed, and I know you never take it for granted. In fact, I would say you appreciate it greatly when you're in Salt Lake City, or you're in, especially in San Diego. A lot of red in the building,
Yes.
and that's as much as things have changed. That has stayed the same with these events.
It was awesome to be in Salt Lake, and obviously we had a donor event in Salt Lake, an appreciation event, and the people that have come out, whether they made the trip to Salt Lake, they made the trip to San Diego, or some did both. We had a group of donors with us on the flights, and multiple donor events in San Diego. You talk about tropical, the weather. If you're going to get stuck when there are snowstorms going on back here, there's worse places to be stuck than in San Diego. So, but the people that supported us and showed up at the games, whether they made the trip out from Wisconsin or the Midwest or joined us, there's a lot of people that have migrated in the winter months out to the southwest part of the U.S., and we really, really appreciate all your support.
What was that like getting off the airplane here when you got back from San Diego with a foot of snow?
I can't repeat it. It wasn't real pleasant for most.
But it's still good to be home.
It is very good to be home.
And Badgers will be heading on the road again, going to Lincoln, Nebraska to take on the Huskers on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock tip down in Lincoln. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Your animals depend on you every day. So we build equipment you can depend on every day. Equipment that powers through mud, dust, and extreme weather. So cutting hay, feeding livestock, and managing land is easier. Loaded with intuitive, innovative features and tech, Case IH equipment isn't just built to work. It's built to work for livestock producers. Case IH, built by farmers.
Another one of the new faces is someone who knows a lot about playing on really big stages, and we'll get to watch him do more of that in the coming months. Talking about Nick Boyd, coming over from San Diego State. The college career, though, started at FAU, speaking of the big stage. We'll get to that. How's the transition going for you, going from San Diego State now here to Madison, Wisconsin?
Man, it's been good, interesting, to say the least. Obviously, contrasts in places, so it's been good. But I started my high school career on the East Coast, then finished up in the Midwest, and ended up good. So I'm doing the same here with my college career, and I'm hoping on a great year for the team and myself. And but overall, it's just been good to meet new people, and they've been taking me in like family.
We talked about the big stages, the Final Four run, and I know you get asked about that a lot, but it's probably good to be asked about that a lot. Yeah. What was that like for you, the road to the Final Four, and then actually getting there?
It was crazy. Just the road, like you said, the road to the Final Four. It was different. Just a team that was bought in to what Coach was saying. That was the biggest difference. I feel like all my years in college, that year in particular, everyone listened to what Coach said. Was focused on the scouting report, and then just wanted to compete, and then we had a bunch of guys who could dribble, pass, and shoot. So it was a crazy journey, but I'm itching to get back, and I think we got a chance to do something special with this group.
It was really interesting. One of the first times I watched you guys in the summer, somebody on the staff came up and said, take a look at this. The bigs better be ready, because there's going to be a fastball whistling, and I swear, not 2 minutes after that, you buzz a fastball into one of the bigs. So everybody loves to score it, shoot it, all that stuff. You're good with distributing it too, right?
I mean, that's my game since I was younger. Just throwing crazy passes, playing in the park. So I feel like I've been underrated in terms of that aspect, but I'm gonna show that for sure this year.
Was there a pro player or other college players, anybody whose game you really admired? I mean, you have to be Nick Boyd.
Yeah, no doubt.
But were there some other guys like, I like this?
Yeah, so that's a great question. When I was younger, I loved Trae Young, just how crafty he was with the ball screen, even now in the NBA, the way he could reject screens, throw the alley-oop off the screen, bounce passes, no looks. And then when I was younger, I was shorter, so I had to love a shooter, and my uncle was a coach at Seton Hall, so I fell in love with Miles Powell's game, who was just a knockdown shooter, go get you a bucket. So I feel like I fall more in the Trae Young coming off pick and rolls and stuff, but I like to keep my jump shot ready too.
And we see a lot of ball screens here. Sir. Give us your view of this offense and why it's what you've already kind of answered that, but let you expound on it, why this is a great fit for you.
Man, just the pace we play at, it's just like, I mean, when you have a bunch of good players on the court, I mean, we got 5 guys who will be on the court at all times that are dangerous. In an offense like this, it's kind of like pick your poison for the defense. We get them shifted, we get them moving, and then, I mean, on top of that, playing at that pace up and down, it's going to be a lot for defenses to stop. I mean, we get you in transition. You stop us in transition. Maybe I'll come off a ball screen. Don't got it. JB might come off a ball screen now. He don't got it. Andrew Rhodey could come off a ball screen now. And if one of us just touches the paint and you guys overhelp, we got Nolan, Austin Rapp to knock it down, Jack Janicki to knock it down. So the list goes on. So it's dangerous.
You mentioned JB, John Blackwell.
Yeah.
Part of what makes watching your practice is so entertaining, and this again goes back to the summer, is that you and JB are going to be a really good. That's a great tandem, I think. But in practice, it's a little one-on-one. And like you guys, it's really competitive going against each other, right?
I mean, you speak about that Final Four run, just the iron sharpens iron in those practices. I mean, you come into those practices, it looked like we didn't like each other. So just to get that feel back has been awesome. Obviously, JB, great player. We're going to be leaning on him a lot for him to make big shots, big plays for us. So he's one of the better players in the conference, and I get to test my game against him every single day. So I just take that opportunity and do what I can with it.
Andrew Rhodey has talked about in visiting with him about how the returning guys, have really done a great job of taking everybody in. I imagine it's the same. JB's one of those guys, obviously. Janicki, Nolan, Winter. Did they all reach out and make you feel as welcome as possible right away when you came to campus? Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I was in touch with JB throughout my process. He was just giving me encouraging words. I was asking him questions just to try to get a feel of the coaching staff and what it could look like. But yeah, everybody has done a great job. I mean, we hang out off the court a lot, whether it's team dinners, going to somebody's apartment on the weekend just to kick our feet up and relax. So that's kind of been one of the better parts for me. And, being from New York and traveling all over the country, to be in a new place and have, guys I can kind of call my brothers now after this summer and the fall has been awesome. You've seen a lot. Obviously, what you've mentioned hanging out with guys is anything outside, any spots, anything about Madison? You've got a favorite spot, place you like to go to unwind a little bit? I like to do Taco Tuesday at Luchador. There you go. On State Street is pretty cool. Get some tacos and stuff like that with the team. We usually do that. Another place I like is Cento, the Italian place. So those kind of my two favorites. But other than that, I'll be tired at practice, so I just DoorDash. Go get it at my door and go back to lay down. So, but those two spots in particular, we definitely wind down at Luchador on Tuesdays with the team and have a nice team dinner. Well, I know your last stop, there were the food scene's pretty good. A lot of things are really good about San Diego. It's pretty good here, though. I think it's a little underrated. You got some good options here, right? Yeah, I mean, I was caught by surprise, even on my visit when I came here, to see the city-like feel, and I thought it was going to be like, cornfields and tumbleweeds, but just to see the city atmosphere kind of, draw me off rip, so. Your thoughts on playing in the Big Ten, going to all the different arenas, how excited are you for that? I mean, that's kind of, other than coming here, that was kind of the selling point, to play in a conference like this, the competition, like you said, the arenas, the atmosphere, the history, and then, of course, get to play my former coach. So right. Those things lined up for me, and that's kind of really why I wanted to be here. All right, we look forward to it, sir. And I know Dusty May does as well. He's a big fan, with the obvious exception. He's a big point. We'll take a break. More to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
8 championships.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
Here with Wisconsin's Carter Booth. Carter, how would you describe the way you're playing individually and the way the team's playing right now?
I mean, honestly, I think I would use the same descriptors for both. I would say that we're playing relentlessly and aggressively, just working hard and constantly trying to throw something at the other team for them to deal with. I think our defensive efforts have gotten so much better. And I think personally, just my offensive, my transition has gotten a lot better. So, yeah, I think we're just relentless right now.
Yeah, what has it meant for you to have Charlie Furbringer back? She's been back over the last stretch of the season, and it seems that you two are really in sync.
Our connection has really grown, and I think it just allows us to run such a complex offense. It's really difficult for defenses to catch on to what we're trying to do, and it opens up so much court.
This building, you have a couple of matches left here in this building. What has it meant for you to play here at Wisconsin and play in front of these fans?
I mean, it's meant everything. I love Wisconsin, and I will miss it dearly, and I'm just excited to put on a show for our fans for one, maybe two last times, hopefully, and just get going in this tournament.
How would you describe your career at Wisconsin?
I mean, I would just say it's been a climb. Like, I feel like every year I've improved, had some bumps in the road and things, but I think, and Kelly said this before, I think I'm playing the best volleyball that I've played my entire career, and that's how it should be. It's you come here, you work hard, you get better day by day, incrementally, and I think I'm seeing the results of those efforts right now.
And then finally, after the college season, professional volleyball is on your plate. Now, I know you were drafted in the third round of the Major League Volleyball draft, but what's that process going to be like for you as you decide to you take your next step?
I mean, it's just right now, I wouldn't even say taking it day by day. I'm not even taking it at all. I'm focused on, what we're doing here and getting through this tournament and going far with my girls. I would say after leaning on the support that I've found, I mean, there are incredible people and incredible connections that I've gotten from Wisconsin, so leaning on those to guide me through that process is definitely going to be my game plan.
Thanks, Carter.
Thank you.
Paniagua serves. Hand pass Collier, good one in the pocket to Furbringer, right side. Grace Egan ends it. First set win for the Badgers, and they do it in dominating fashion. Out of system, two EIU players collide. Perellis throws over a free ball. Charlie checks the defense, sets inside left. And Trinity Shad Series is cleared for takeoff. Air Canada crushes it down. Fifth match point, handled by Simon on serve receive. Furbringer sets. There's Tosha with a big swing. Sarah Franoska ends it. Break out the brooms. Wisconsin coasts to round number 2 at the NCAA Tournament. 24-21, set point Wisconsin in the second. Furbringer touches it over on a short serve. Kaza setting to Hampton, stopped, picked up near the net, poked over by Egan, and it ends set number 2. 23-22, here's Chan serving again. To the left back, right side attack, walk down! Shad Series and Andrew team up, and it's a big Bucky block. Serves one back row at Hampton. Swing by Smith, denied by the Badgers, covered, now it's tight to the net, sending it over, tough angle, getting it over is Malone, Badgers back row, Collier ends it tonight! And for the 13th straight season, the Badgers advance to the Sweet 16.
Every game is, everyone's fighting for their life. Every point that you make, every swing, every day, every start, it all counts, and to an extreme level, because your season could end right now. So I think just kind of taking that maturity with these girls that maybe haven't experienced a lot of these tournament runs like I have, and just kind of talking them through that and just making sure we're super prepared and keep encouraging them. We have a funny saying, if we keep siding out, they can't win. If we keep scoring, they literally can't win the game. That's how volleyball works. So just kind of reminding them, especially when we were getting into that back and forth game at the end there, and really just keeping everyone together.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group, by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
Back on the road for the Badgers, another Big Ten game number 2, as Wisconsin takes on Nebraska Wednesday night at 8 o'clock in Lincoln. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Every farmer wants to up their uptime, so we purposefully designed our tractors and implements to keep you in the field. Tailored for your operation, Case IH tractors are intuitive to use, easy to maintain, packed with the latest tech, and backed by dealer support you can trust. Because Case IH equipment isn't just built to work, it's built to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
Age championship.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment,
It's a movement.
and you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.